Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Transport Fever 2. In the last episode, we continued to work on upgrades and improvements to the Bay Loop area with upgrading the freight train to this new shiny model that we have here. And it's capable of some very high speeds. The issue is that the track that I put it on was not. So, started working on trying to upgrade the freight track to be able to support higher speeds. And since it shares a route with the passenger line for a lot of its run, I also then needed to start working on upgrading the passenger line for higher speeds. And that then entailed me replacing that station, reworking some of this stuff, and yeah, it kind of escalated a bit beyond my original plan. But you know, we're in the middle of it now, so we're gonna keep on working on this and get it all nice and worked out. And I've done a little bit of trial and error here to see if I can figure out a way to make this work a little bit better. And I have some ideas, so we're going to go ahead and get to work on that. And one of the things I'm going to do is not destroy trees, but destroy tunnel. This tunnel is now not going to be a thing we're going to be doing anymore. In fact, what we're going to do is completely destroy this entire route all the way, almost all the way back to the Santa Clarita station. So in fact, we're also going to tear out this, basically all of this. The freight line, the passenger line, get rid of all of it. We're going to rebuild it. I don't think we'll do this to every single, we're definitely not going to do this to every single line on the map. But this one, given that it was built originally with speed and budget constraints in mind, I think is going to need a little bit of more than just some tweaking. It's going to need some overhaul here, and we're actually going to go ahead and stop right there. Yes, we're going to keep this bridge and all of this the way it is, but the rest of it we're going to redo. Now, next here is what I was looking at is this freight station, and the way it's oriented is not exactly conducive to a nice high-speed line, because we're going to have to curve back this way. We're going to have to hook it around this way, which means it's necessarily going to have a slow-speed section here, and given the length of this train, it's going to be sitting in that slow-speed curve for a while. It might be better to go ahead and straighten the station out, because we have that coming in there, and we're going to want to kind of have it run like this and then go like that. So the further back we can push this and angle it more in this orientation, the better. So goodbye. And in fact, all of this is going to go as well. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is we're going to see if we can pull this back this way. Because right now, I mean, spending tons of money on earthworks is not a thing I'm concerned about. It used to be, but not anymore. All right, so we need a freight station. As big as we can get it. High speed. In fact, we're only going to be replacing that track. No electric. So let's see here. Bring it down to that level. Okay, here we are. That should have picked up. Yeah, it did. We're going to configure the station. We're going to replace it with our JSlab that we're using for freight. Okay, now this is going to need to be dealt with here. Let's see what we can do. I was doing a little bit of work off screen. Kind of smooth some stuff out here. Put in this extra road. I want to see if anything builds there. Still trying to work on encouraging some of these cities to grow a little bit more. Okay. Now, what I'd like to do is actually flatten it. Ooh. It is a little bit more aggressive than I was planning for that. All right. All right, though. There. I think that looks a little bit better, and then we can just go straight into a tunnel there. All right. And then you still have that in catchment. Are you still in catchment? Yes, that's still in catchment. I almost forgot about that. These two need to be able to talk to each other. But they should be able to. And even if I had to, I could just throw in like a little bit more road here and something along those lines and something along these lines. Too much slope. What'd you talk about? Just make sure that they are close enough to each other to talk. Yes. Okay. Good. All right. Now. We're using this. We are not putting electric on it. And then you are coming up here to talk that. All right. And speed is 224 across the board. Now, speed in and out of this particular station does matter because it does just basically roll through this station in certain directions, going one direction. So it needs to maintain speed going that way. So, all right, now over here, the freight line is that one. Kind of stinks if we're putting that like in a just stupid long tunnel. But for speed purposes, 224 all the way. Yep, looks good. All right, now the interesting bit here is going to be the passenger line. Because the passenger line is going to have to hook up to that. So we're going to have to either come above it and swing around or come below it. And we're also going to need to, because it's on this side. And I could just have it cross. Right? I mean, it wouldn't be like the end of the world that has to have it do something like that. I would rather not. Alright. Well, for the passenger side of things, let's see how we're going to come out of this particular station first. Because what I'm planning on doing, let's see, is to have you come through here. Actually, we want to make sure that I want to bring this to the flat, to level. All right, to level. Or maybe up a little bit. Because I'd like this to kind of come out of there straight if possible. That works. Now the question is going to be getting a bridge in here that doesn't collide with that road. It doesn't. Okay. Let's put it in. Now, will it let me do a second track? No. Well, let me do a second track this way. Yes. Sometimes you gotta do it like that. It doesn't like it one direction. Colliding somewhere else. Where are we colliding? We are colliding with that road. Okay. Yes, we are. We would be. Okay. Well. Now we're going to collide with that road. Don't know. We'll see. No, we will not collide with that road, and it's close, but it's all right. Okay, now for this road, what we're going to do is finally keep it as a small... Let's see, what if we were to just elevate it? Elevate it. Elevate it. We get over top of that. And the question would be, could we get back down to rejoin to that intersection? No. It's still going to collide. All right. Well... And we will just have to kind of, just kind of bring it around a little bit there. And then let the city rebuild on its own. Okay. Now... No, I want you to stay level. Stay level. Bridge pillar collision. No bridge pillar collision. Okay. This is a big unsupported span that we're putting in. I don't know how thrilled I am about that, but... Okay, now all of a sudden it needs to put a pillar in. But if we do that, it shouldn't. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to bring... We're going to bring this over top of the port. Get me past the pillar collision. Yes. Okay. That point, we should be good. Yeah, that's a bit of a long piece of unsupported span, but I'll allow it. Could always remove the road and put the road back in if I had to, but for now, I'm okay with it. All right, now, next is to get you from here to there while staying at a decent speed. It's going to be the trick. 200. Bridge pillar collision. Where? There? Remove the road. I'll put the road back in. Oh, I also removed the bus stop. Nah. We need to arc that in a little bit. 200. 200. Keep it nice and level. Okay. There we go. Now, let's get that road back in. Bridge pillar. Let's see if we can avoid that. You know what? Just fill that in. Oh, I won't like it if I do that. We'll have to do that manually then. Not a problem. Just fill that in. Alright. Oh, what's going on here? Okay, that was weird. Alright, I don't want to unpause this just yet. Alright, from here... What happens if I do that? It's gonna get weird. think we're gonna have to cross. We're gonna have to cross somewhere. And if we do it in the tunnel, then we can't see it. So... Alright. Oh, and that's wrong as well. We'll need this side to merge over there. And guess what I'm not doing? I'm not putting electrification on any of this. Alright, well, it should be fine unless it's gonna... Unless it's gonna try and rework all the pillars. Force me to do this one little bit at a time. There we go. Okay. Now there are no warnings. All right. Now we just need to throw in some signals so that this will work correctly. Do this in such a way that it doesn't interfere. Now, okay. Signaling here is going to be, we want you to stop there if needed. And we're going to want to signal out here to say that the train is clear. All right. And then for the freight train, you're going to want to signal there to say stop. And then you're going to want to signal out there to say you're clear. Yeah, there's fine. All right. This station could use a little TLC. Maybe. I won't worry about that right now. Let me hop on board. Oh, that's ugly. That's ugly too. At least you won't have to see it unless we do this. The other entrance we're gonna have to take a look at and redo. I just want to see how fast you're gonna get. Well, we're going uphill and hauling a load, so I'm not thinking that we're gonna get very fast. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and crank the speed up. Yeah, see, we blow through the station, 100 miles an hour. Well, we almost hit 120 in this direction. Oh, here's the thing. Going back the other way, we had that stop in the middle, so... we are going downhill. Okay, we got pretty good speed there, but again, we had to slow down for the station. Offloading bricks, picking up everything else. And it doesn't quite get to 90 miles an hour before we hit the slow section there. I mean, what we could do is have it stop here on the way up instead of the way back, so that it just can fly through there at super high speed. I might think about doing that. Let's see. I managed the line. So we start at Santa Clarita, and then we go to Laredo Exchange, and then we come back to here. What if we remove that, and we say we go from Santa Clarita to Cortland Transfer, and then Laredo Exchange. So it'll go here, stop there. It should still work. I don't see why it wouldn't. And it just means that coming downhill when it's flying, it'll just be able to blow straight through that station at high speed and not have to slow down until we get to there. And what's the problem? No path. What do you mean there's no path? There is, of course, a path. What I probably just have to do is tell you to do this and do that. Yeah. It's just gonna need to clear the station. Then it should hopefully sort itself out. Alright, now one thing I want to do here before we end the episode today is I want to go and take a look at this. It's a good profitable line, but we have 130-year-old boats on here. Let's see if we can do anything about that. These are using Axalp. Axalps? I think. Yes. Cargo. And they need to carry everything? Yeah, everything that these can carry. Merlins. They carry a little bit more. Do they go faster? A tiny bit faster. These carry a lot more. but don't go any faster. You know, I'm gonna go with Merlin's. Just, brand new and shiny. Excellent. Alright, now I think what we'll do is go ahead and end this episode here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to continue through here. We're going to start taking a look at Lubbock and Boca Chica and Port Arthur, and then eventually Temecula. Make sure that their tram systems are right. Make sure they're getting their freight where they need it. And also continue to take a look at this passenger line. We've got to upgrade the actual rail to the current type that we're using. And we also might need to look into this to see if there's any improvements we can make to its layout as well. The only improvements I could think about here is maybe moving that station, maybe up here. Expanding the tram network so that we can create a straighter line from here to there. Be a major overhaul, but I think it could be done. Look at how this city's growing. All right, yeah, we got some work to do here. Definitely do have some work to do here. All right, and definitely coming out of here, we won't need to do this little wiggle that was done to try to minimize how much bridge we were doing. We could just go straight out of here and bridge, and then swing up over there. That should improve things here. And maybe we could even rework that station so that we just gonna go straight through rather than all the way around this loop. We'll see. And I'll probably not do that. We'll probably go all the way around here, but see if maybe we can improve that. Just kind of see what our numbers actually look like and see what we can do. Oh, I forgot to turn that off. It's all right. All right, but for now, we'll stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.